Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Yellow. Triple 38. Steel black. Long red. Plastic 6.
Back to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Watch out now. 50. Real green.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Ready. 6. 11.
To throw on 2nd down. Byrne forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
To throw on 3rd down. Byrne. Open man, it's Reagor. He's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting him score a touchdown versus holding him to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up a little bit, didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Stop. 17. White. Flag blue.
They'll keep it on the ground. Randall.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing to start the drive. Byrne. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Complete. Jefferson to target. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Byrne. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Vikings 10, Lions nothing. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Their own 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Green back. No red. Blue, go. Smash, red.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
52 blaster. Black ultra. Right, right.
Looking to throw. Byrne.
Open right side, complete to Rager.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Jalen Rager, 52 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Lions, 0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll keep it on the ground. Randall.
And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as good running gets them to about the 44.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Black shot. You help.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught by Randall.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Hey, lost you. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Andrew Booth picks it off.
The first down pass.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Right, 97. Green, 6, Rebel. Hey, go through.
Back to throw. Byrne.
This ball complete to Rager. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Vikings.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Looking to throw. Byrne got his man. It's Williams. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the gun on third down. Byrne to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now the coverage was positioned. Up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. On the move past the 40, down the left sideline.
A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, this has been a really tough game for this defense. They've been left grasping at shadows. Haven't done a good job at all containing these receivers, and they get lit up yet again.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Byrne. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And some room to roam now.
And the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, still throwing here with a big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Blue striker.
They'll look to throw. Caught outright by Patton. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And this is Randall here over the middle. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
For as much as we extol his route running and him as a pass catcher, he might be better with the ball in his hands. He did not want to go down there until he found the end zone. And while he didn't quite get there, he and his guys are set up near the goal line now, 1st and goal.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
Black blue. You don't blue. Red, cycle.
He'll look to throw.
to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Ball ring. Watch it. Sit. Drill green.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
They go jet sweep here with Williams. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 cycles. 6. Level. Blue striker. Opposite. Green. 10.
He'll try again. And once again, this defense very stout. They stop him for no gain for the second straight play. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On third down, Randall. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Let's go.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The running play does not work from the 5 on fourth and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and 3rd and 8 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Get up. Parker.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. Randall, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Fight, 97. Red, yellow. Green jack.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road.